This is the Daily Saints Pod with Zach and Greg.
Hello and welcome back to the Daily Saints Pod. My name is Greg, and as always, today joined by my good friend and wonderful co-host, Zach. And mate, the games continue to come at us thick, fast, until the
remember
break. Anyway, mate, how you doing? How you feeling about this one?
Greg, would it be an accurate statement to point out that maybe you had forgotten which team we were playing when I talked about how we got Norwich coming up shortly, and you're like, yeah, we'll talk about that closer to the time. I'm like, it's the day before.
Yeah. Look, that's fair.
I'm not meaning to throw you entirely under the bus, mate. What I mean is that it is hard to keep up because it's like you blink and then like there's another 3 games that have either taken place or are happening. And as a daily podcast, it's mad.
I knew I was going to St Mary's, and that was as much as the brain had retained.
Yeah, no, it's again, this is the one that it's the fixture I've been a little bit more cautious of out of all the fixtures, right? So like West Brom, I think we both had a feeling we'd do better than we did, and we obviously didn't. Coventry expected us to do worse, and we ended up, somehow winning. Not somehow, tactically outwitting and tactically outwitting and outplaying them a little bit. And people could say that the ref had a bad game, and that's probably why. But as far as I'm concerned, the ref had a bad game for everyone involved. So,
yes,
yeah,
agreed.
This is the one I'm slightly worried about. Because Norwich are really coming into this game in form. So,
I mean, it's interesting that you say that because I kind of have the opposite. I feel like because Norwich are in a bit of form, they're going to come and play at us, and we're just going to that plays into our hands. That's what we want from a team, and I think that based off of that, like we did against them on Boxing Day, Saturday against Oxford is going to be the game where we struggle, even though on paper it's the team that we should be comfortably winning. But as we like to say, mate, it's not a game played on paper, it's a game played on grass. If you're going to stick 11 men on the line, that's a lot less grass to get it round to get the ball in the goal, isn't it? Like,
true.
But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm feeling good about it. I mean, it's hard not to feel good about the game with the form that we're in, right? 12 unbeaten, 9 left to go. The momentum well and truly behind us. Tonda and his press are coming out with some confident lines such as, your home form's tremendous, what do you think of that? Like, well, we go everywhere to win, so it's not really important, is it? It's nice to have the fans behind us, though.
Yeah, no, you're right. There is the confidence is seeping in across the team, so of course we're going to be positive towards it. But yeah, obviously, my concerns sit around the fact that they even the games that they've lost. I think it was wasn't until the game against Middlesbrough was like the last game they didn't actually score in. Tell a lie, against Stoke Sunday, 4th of Jan. No, I was right. Middlesbrough would make the 31st. I'm doing the thing where we're reading BBC, and you're right. It's doing it the way that you like, and I'm not going to try and remember the exact order. But like, I was going through and have a look anyway, and again, like they've been really in form, and they seem to be on a bit of a comeback. And I just think that. But you are right. Like, they have dominated possession in a vast majority of their games, and if they come to play that way against us, we will punish them. Just depends whether or not we have the personnel to do that, right? Because we've already talked. You talked about the presser. Part of that presser was obviously we got a fitness update on Ross Stewart and Leo, and the fitness update wasn't an update as to what's gone on with their injuries. It was just that they were apparently on the field.
It was the classic manager line, right? It was they're back on the pitch and we'll see if they're going to be involved tomorrow, which, as we have learnt through our 400 episodes doing this show, mate, 450 today, means that they will not be involved probably even at the weekend.
Yeah,
right?
It means we probably won't see him on the bench either. But you don't want the opponents to know that, right?
No,
obviously,
too much information.
But Wellington still ruled out. Jay Robinson, by looks of things, still ruled out. Both of which are on their way back to a level of fitness that means they can be involved, and then having maybe Manning gets a rest at some point, mate.
I mean, look, the personnel from the weekend did more than enough for me to maintain a level of confidence that there will be more than enough to get it over the line. And sure, on the games in the week, we have tended to look a bit more fatigued and a bit more leggy. But as Tonda said in his press conference, by the way, it's crazy actually doing a preview after a press conference. Can you imagine?
Yeah, it's been so weird. It's been a long time since we managed to catch that.
As he said in that, the main benefit of being at home is that you don't have to be as careful with your planning around recoveries. Like, you just have the facilities available because you're at home. And that, I think, is going to be really what the key strength of having 6 of our last 9 games at home means, is that we're going to be able to get our players ready better, on top of the, obviously, advantage of having the crowd behind you and all that good stuff. But, yeah, it's hard not to foresee good things. I mean, I guess historically speaking, when you talk about games against Norwich, there tends to be a lot of goals, though, right? Is one of them 5-3? That's the one I have in my brain. There's a 4-4 in there somewhere as well.
Yeah, that would be that. To be fair, you're looking of the 4-4 was like the Russell Martin game, and that was also
right at the start of the season. But
that was I remember the game because I was in Southampton but couldn't go see it, and I was in Sevenbone. If anyone's ever eaten there, good burger place. I was in Sevenbone just watching my phone vibrate off of the table because it just consistently was buzz, 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 go either side. But yeah, like that. It's the problem whenever we look at historical stats, right? Is that so much has changed and so much is different with the changes in personnel. But yeah, I don't know. Always
like that,
a bit of a weird one.
DNA and style does stay true through the club, right? And we're looking back as far as January 2017 since the last game we had against them that had less than 2 goals in. So it's it tends to be a sign, right? Because both teams want to go at their opponents and play. It gives that opening for both of them. So
yeah,
it'll be. You're right. It'll be a tough one. It'll be a challenge. It's not going to be easy. They beat us in December, but how can you not be confident going into it?
Yeah, I think that was the problem. Is we felt that way in December, but you're right. A lot of things are different, and as it stands, as we record this, the game between Watford and Wrexham. Watford are currently winning 2-1, which means that this is the time for us to, finally take that place in the sort of the playoff places, and then obviously if we can then eventually get a win against Wrexham, hopefully try and cement that a little bit more. But if they drop points in this race,
even with whether they carry on 6 minutes left at time of recording, if they carry on and drop points, even if they don't and go on and somehow score 2 goals in that time, it's in our hands because that game against Wrexham is coming up, right? If we win all 9 games, we make the playoffs. It's as simple as that. So, you don't have to. It's kind of a nice position to be, I suppose, where you don't, at this particular moment, have to worry about results around us going our way. You just got to focus on doing what you're doing. And I think that, specifically Tonda, and from what I can read of him and the way he speaks, is that's
how he thinks too.
Yeah, 100%. He's just going to want to go in and win every single game and do it that way. That's the easy way, right?
All I'm saying is it's nice if things go our way as well.
Right.
Because it depends if you want the poetry of it being all down to 3 or 4 teams and we end up getting through on goal difference and that's the most exciting thing, or if you want it to be cut and dry. And personally, I want
margins, right? Because when the games are as frequent as they are in this run-in, you're talking about mental edges, and what more boosts your confidence than sneaking up into the place you're trying to be, as early as that, to give you the bite to push on. It can only be a good thing for sure.
Agreed.
Right, mate. Speaking of whether we've got the players to do it, let's have a little think about our predicted lineups and how we think they'll line up. I don't know, mate. I can't claim to be someone who's watched a lot of Norwich football this season, or if their last games, or analysed any of it to know if we're going to be doing some sort of funky, specific tactics to to go directly against them and counter them out. So for me,
even if we were, I think that the back five basically remains the same, right?
yeah,
Peretz at the moment is having an absolute stormer, and seems to be, I don't think there's any way that he's going to get dislodged by George Long, to be perfectly honest. In fact, he's ineligible, right, to play against George Long, because George Long's on loan from Norwich. So the only thing that would be interesting is who is our backup keeper going to be? Because if McCarthy's still out off the back of surgery, are we going to, we're going to see an under-18, under-21 keeper come up?
Yeah. I presume so, or yeah.
Yeah, that's what we got. It's funny, isn't it? Because we went from having 100 goalkeepers to practically one now.
Didn't we bring that other matey on loan to be fourth choice keeper, whose name I cannot remember for love nor money? But it was in. I remember it in the transfers, and we were like, "Oh, another keeper. That's weird." And Alfie House came out and was like, "Yeah, he's basically just here so the youth keepers don't have to come out and warm up on game days."
I thought that was George Long, but hey, no. I guess I might be wrong. I think I'm starting to think you're right. As you can tell,
brought in at the start of the season, mate. It's.
Are you sure? I thought
Jamie Jones.
Are you sure we're a Saints podcast?
Wait, it's come so thick and fast, man. It's just impossible to keep up.
I still have memories of walking to St Mary's with you and me trying to tell you who Ross Stewart is. You're like, who? And this was after we had him for about 6 months, but he hadn't had a game. I'm sorry, I have no recollection of this guy whatsoever.
Yes, mate, here we go. February 2016, we completed the signing of goalkeeper Jamie Jones on a contract until the end of the season.
Oh, no, I remember they started tweeting compilations of his worst goals that he's let in or something like that. And then we kind of just swiftly moved past it because we knew he was never going to play a game. Well, he might be on the bench. There you go. I hope you've all enjoyed this massive diversion with us. I know that much as we like to stay informed, sometimes it's hard.
There's a lot going on, isn't there? But you're right. I think that plays the same. I don't know if we see another rotation for Stevens, if that was like a one-off.
I don't know. Wood was solid the games he played. I wouldn't be upset by it, put it that way. Do you reckon Quality gets another game this season?
Probably at some point, mate. There's a lot of games, right?
It's true.
He'll get minutes, I'm sure. There's a lot of football to be played between now and the end of the season.
Potential injuries that can be picked up as well.
Yeah, and it's not like he was dropped because he was bad. It was just that everybody else stepped up their game. So
true.
And then I don't know. The middle's where it gets interesting, isn't it?
If we're going back to like a traditional part, surely you bring in. Well, Flynn Downs is playing. The fact that they already talked about the Shackles being off now, that his yellow card sort of amnesty's happened, which means that that's probably going to be the safest bet you can put on.
It's the freest money you can have. 11 to 4 to get booked in this game is basically printing it.
You're right. Now that the Shackles are, or does that good behaviour from the last few weeks seep through into his game day to day now, do you reckon?
Mate, as you pointed out to me before recording against Coventry, it was not good behaviour. It was more.
You're right. It's the fact that he quickly shut up on more than 2 or 3 occasions. But any other referee that was paying a bit more attention would have maybe decided on that 3rd or 4th time that he almost stormed over to have a go, that maybe they would have booked him. So okay, no, I'm wrong. But
safest money. But Flynn will be playing. Charles, I feel like we'll be playing with him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if we stick with this Bragg. Well, I guess what was it? What was it? So. Commentary. Bragg Yander.
I think that was a thing specifically for Coventry. I think it's specifically for the way Coventry played. And I think it was to deal with the absence of Leo.
Yeah.
And I think that this would be a perfect opportunity to go back to what we've been doing. Most of the time it's worked because we're coming up against opposition where we know it will probably work. And obviously then you stick a Dozy on the left, you sit Matsky on the right. You put Azaz probably in the middle, and I know that there's been
And,
some criticism, but I feel like unless you're going to put Charles or Yander up there, I feel like he starts. And
yeah, I
then
agree.
if Larin is fit, probably Larin to start.
Yeah,
If
100%.
Stewart is there, he'll only be coming off the bench, and he'll be coming off the bench probably late
And
on.
what do you think? It's Flynn and probably Yander, but maybe any one of Bragg, Yander,
I don't know.
Charles.
I feel probably maybe Charles, and I think, as I said, if they do decide to do that funny 4-1 at the front again, I think that you'll get Yander come up there a bit more, and then Flynn will probably drop back and do that, and then Charles, because Charles has also played in that position before. That's just kind of, but I kind of feel like, again, that was a special setup, specifically Coventry, to completely outwit them, and like lightning doesn't strike necessarily twice. And there would be no reason, in my opinion, to go back to how it was before, especially if you've got a fit Dozy to step in for Leo. And for all we know, if they aren't telling Porcupines and Leo is actually available, he's not going to be starting, so he might be able to come on later on, which means that he might be able to come on for
Maybe he
Dozy.
starts if they think he's got a half in him, and with a substitution at half time. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like he'll be coming on if he is about at all. Yeah, it's a nice position though to be in, mate. Where honestly, the faith and the goodwill that Tonda has built is that he could name any 11 players in that starting lineup, and I will not be questioning it as
it's not like it's not a horrible feeling or shock, right?
He could name an Alex McCarthy fresh out of surgery up front, and I'd be like, yeah, sounds about right. He'll work. He'll get a goal.
Okay, I'd like to think that we have enough like footballing brain and knowledge to know that is insanity and something is crazy. But you're right, there is a lot of.
It is insane, but Tonda is just that right level of insane. Where even if I question it initially, that I believe
it's the opposite of what we talked a lot about with Will Still early in the season, right? Where if it comes off, it's genius.
Not just
and if it doesn't, it's not.
Like I think back to all of the managers that we've had in recent memory. I just think of all of the times El Yunusi got into the starting lineup. And
does really well over in Copenhagen. I don't know how. Like, I feel like it must be a different.
Watford just made it 3-1 in stoppage time. By the way,
perfect. What an excellent update. Thank you, mate. So as you said, fate is in our hands, but it is also giving us a comfortable cushion, which is also nice. So sometimes you just want the grain of the universe to go with you, mate. That's all I'm asking for. I'm aware that it's I don't think that Tonda is the kind of manager to let them drop concentration, because I think that you saw that happen with Russell Martin towards the end of the run-in, and like it did result in results around us having to go our way a little bit, because we did have a couple of collapses towards the end of the season. I just think it's a different team now, and again a different manager, and he's won this good faith. Well, I think the biggest thing for me is that we had a slump in form and we fought back, and we've showed that. And that is a thing that a lot of the other managers haven't, when Russell Martin had his slump of form at the beginning of the Premier League, did not recover. Ivan Juric is like a weird fever dream.
Put it this way, mate, right? Whether you want to, however positively or negatively you want to feel about Russell Martin as Saints manager, fine, whatever. The fact of the matter is that the difference is I felt like a lot of players called out Russell Martin as a great guy and just a good man, a good bloke. I don't think I ever heard any of his players call him a genius.
Yeah, no, you're right. Whereas Flynn calling Tonda a genius is very.
He has achieved a level of buy-in from the players that I have not seen in the longest time as a Saints fan.
Sometimes that's what you actually need, is the idea that the plan is going to work to make the plan work. And sometimes it works accidentally, right? This is why, like, the theatre of like
season, did we talk about belief and confidence and all of those
scar things, tissue and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. No, it's exactly. He's, I don't know, the right level of crazy to get that across and get that buy-in, and I'm here for it. Like fully bought in. Tonda all the way.
Tonda all the way, mate.
So going to go with your favourite segment, mate. Stats analysis and AI summaries.
Yay. I think, Greg, I have a feeling it's going to say over 2.5 goals.
crazy. I mean, look,
Just a little feeling I got.
In this fixture's instance, it might even push the boat out and go over 3.5, mate. Let's be honest.
Oh, come on now.
Look, 21 matches in the data set available, obviously one of them being this season. 9 wins for us, 8 draws, 4 wins for Norwich. So historically speaking, likely to do pretty well out of the fixture. Obviously, Norwich's form coming into the game, very good. 1 loss and 4 wins on the bounce. Good for them. Our form, obviously impeccable. 12 unbeaten in all competitions, 2 draws, 3 wins in our last 5. Just good form all round. Good goal scoring form. Like you said earlier, Norwich not only been winning games, but have been winning games by multiple goals.
Yes.
So, beat Preston 2-0, Norwich beat Sheffield United 2-1, lost 3-0 to Leeds, so that's interesting.
Yeah, that was one of their FA Cup there. We don't know if...
Yeah, I don't know how rotated that was. That's
yeah.
all part of it. But getting to the AI summary, it suggests that the prediction is, a Southampton win, likely 2-1.
I hate it. I hate it so much. Again, if this is the same AI that was like Sheffield United definitely going to win the championship, 70% chance. Hate it.
Both
good.
teams to score, yes, looks solid given both teams' profiles, and Norwich's away vulnerability. Over 3.5 goals is possibility. So there you go.
Over 3.5 goals is a possibility.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that says to me, mate, before you even ask the question, we're going to win 3-1. There you go.
Yeah, 3-1.
Yeah,
3-1. Where are those goals coming from?
I would like to see Azaz score a goal because it's been a hot minute. I would like to see Matchday score a goal. And do you reckon maybe a goal from a defender? Maybe a Taylor Harbour-Bellis header? Why not?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I've already said it now. It's on paper.
What's the script of the game? Are we going 2-0 up, conceding 1 and then putting it to bed? Or are we going 1-0 down?
Yeah, 2-0 up, concede 1 and then put the last one in and then kind of get it over the line. That's where I'm at.
All right. I'll take it. Look, I don't think I agree with you, mate. Look, we talked about crazy in relation to Tonda. I think that we got to have a shout out for Daniel Peretz in goal, who is absolutely mad for clean sheets and will do just about anything to achieve it. So
just got to wait until he does something crazy that unfortunately does have a bad effect. That's what I'm worried about.
I don't see it in this game, mate. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling a 4-0 win. I don't know.
4-0 win. All right. Confident. Jeez.
Yeah. I just think we're going to come in and just absolutely. I think we'll score 1. I think it'll be 1-0 at half time, and then we'll just put the boot in the second half and just cruise through. It'll be like
interesting
the floodgates. I think. Look, let's have.
You predicting 3 goals in front of you, mate? You're right.
Yeah. Well,
it's the last time you saw 3 goals in front of you.
Not when Saints scored them. Look, that's the vibe I get. Look, I think let's have a Laren goal in the first half. Let's have a Dozy goal.
Interesting.
Then a Harwood-Bellis header, and then Cameron Archer off the bench.
It's going to be like Fellows, mate, where you're going to keep predicting it, and then you're just going to curse the man forever. I think you're going to need to understand that you're taking some responsibility for the bad voodoo you're doing here.
Look, I like the energy when he comes on.
I know, but it's your energy that I don't trust with the predictions.
What do you mean I predict us to win every week last year in our worst season imaginably possible?
And then every single week this year, you've predicted Tom Fellows is going to score, and then you've watched him shoot, and you've realised that was a horrible mistake to make.
Stop doing that. Look, he'll get his goal at some point. He'll come. Yeah.
Then the song makes more sense, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the only reason it matters. All
Oh,
right,
mate. It's going to be
look,
good. Either way.
vibes heading
Who
into
done
it.
my
I
man?
can't wait. I'm looking forward to getting down to St Mary's twice in a week. What more can you ask for?
Yeah, there you go.
My wife's looking forward to the peace and quiet as well, I'm sure. She's sick of me shouting at the TV week after week. So it's gonna be good. Nice Wednesday night under the lights. What more could you ask for?
Exactly that.
Uh, but anyway, look, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. And as always, Zach, thank you for bearing with me through this
Thank you,
slightly
mate.
chaotic, slightly rambly episode. But we got there. Let us know in the comments, in the socials, your score predictions and how you think the game will go. We are Daily Saints Pod absolutely everywhere. X, Blue Sky, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. Hit us up. Let us know how you're feeling, what you're thinking. We love hearing from you. It brightens our day, genuinely. However the game goes, though, we will be here to talk about it, and we'll cover it in detail, I'm sure, with another slightly crazy late night recording. Until then, though, have a wonderful day, and we will see you then. But most importantly, come on, you Saints.
Wait. This is the Daily Saints Pod with Zach and Greg.